Hi, I'm Lucy. I'm the founder of LYMA, and I am so excited to be here today with one of my favourite people, Iván, the beauty sandwich, the person that can make everybody look like they're going to the Oscars, even if they're going to the supermarket. I once did an Insta Live with you, and it was amazing that when I was using the laser in the way that you were telling me to, half my face lifted. And I've never been able to do that. Like, I try so often to do that, and I just can't. So it's amazing to hear from you, like how you actually use the laser to create that lift, because that was quite magical.
Yes, it is. It's, a little bit of the proprietary magic in the beauty sandwich. But it really is about having fun with this device. It's not so technical. I think what sets me apart from maybe some of the other techniques that you've learned is that I'm really connecting with the tissue in my skin, right? I'm connecting with my facial contours. And that's really important, that with this device, it has this beautiful shape. If you're going in and you're really focusing on your own unique bone structure, as opposed to like a glide or a technique, you're really going to get a lot more change in, because you're kind of like just spending the time. And especially this is like a 3.5 minutes, right? You're supposed to spend on each vector or portion of the face. If you really just spend the 3.5 minutes kind of learning the scope of your face, learning your face, where you feel the tension, that's really what I was showing you, is how to release some of this tension that we carry in the face, right?
Actually, that's quite interesting, because you don't even realize that you hold so much tension in your face. I remember I once saw an Instagram reel, actually. He was a doctor, and he said, if you can feel your tongue on the top of your throat, on the top of your mouth, it means that you're really stressed. Like,
yes,
my tongue was like glued to the top of my mouth.
I mean, that's creating like a tension, right? And we carry so much tension in our lower face, and we're not doing anything to strengthen our upper face. That's why my procedure is so effective, is because I'm really focusing on the muscles that are meant to pull and to lift. And I'm trying to relax these muscles that are kind of overused. And what's really cool is that what I learned from you is that this also helps to strengthen muscles, because a lot of treatments or a lot of procedures say that they lift, but you can't really get lift without strengthening muscles.
Well, what's interesting about this device is that the light actually goes 5 centimeters beneath your skin surface. So it's got a biological penetration of 5 centimeters beneath the skin surface. And that's different to any other form of light devices out there. It's quite interesting. It was a plastic surgeon once said to me, it's not enough just to renew the skin. The skin will only sit on top of whatever is beneath it. So you have got to regenerate the muscle. And this is why this is amazing, because it actually gives your muscle a lift as well.
Yes.
And for especially like somebody my age in this area, this is the area that you just need to find a way.
You need to restructurize that area, and really it's about reaffirming the structure of your skin, and that's something that we kind of forget about, that there is something underneath, because we're all so macro and so micro about the look of the face, right? Like, everyone's like, oh my God, the skin, but what you're seeing, it's the skin underneath that has turned over. I think once people realize that, and that clicks for them, and that this is like restructurizing the foundation, right? So that's why you use this for how many weeks to get the clinical results? 16 weeks?
You need to use it for like between 3 and 4 months.
Yeah.
And then you kind of go into maintenance mode after that.
That's how long it usually takes for you to see like a full, like, we're going through how many skin cycles there? 3, right? That's how you see the change. It's not that it takes that long. It's that's how long that skin is going to turn over, right? Because you're changing the structure, what's inside the sandwich, right? The lettuce, the tomato, the avocado. What do you like in your sandwich?
Well, Do you know what? This is really terrible, but I like crisp sandwiches.
Like crisp sandwich. What is a crisp sandwich? What is that?
It's the worst form of sandwich. It's when you have like 2 slices of bread, and then you put a layer of butter in, and then you put crisps, and they crunch.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
You know, like potato chips.
Oh, potato chips. Wow, that's a really yummy sandwich.
Yeah. And then I put like tin tuna in as well.
Okay, tin tuna, yeah.
Tin tuna, butter, crisps, and very thin slices of cucumber.
That sounds delicious.
I've got like no culinary taste at all, have I? You're expecting me to say something like...
So what makes that so delicious is the filling. It's the crunch. It's the filling. Our skin has that, you know, it's what's inside. You know, we get so caught up on the outer bread or like that outer slice, but we're not thinking of like the bread that sits, your foundational slice of bread, that filling, and then the bread on top is the epidermis. It's what we see. That's why I use the analogy of beauty sandwich. That's why I created, so people can understand that, yes, skin is, you're going to get a change, but it's really about the layers, a certain depth. And the fact that this is hitting certain depths underneath in the dermis, in the living part of the skin, that's what truly creates this incredible change in the skin and that kind of snatch look. So really what I want to focus on is on those muscles, right? On that V-shaped contour, because that's how we're going to be able to recreate that at home, recreate a beauty sandwich kind of effect on the skin. So you're snatched, delicious, fresh.
Do you know, I'm going to change my sandwich actually to not a crisp sandwich.
Well, my favorite sandwich.
What's your favorite sandwich?
A Cuban sandwich.
Oh, Cuban sandwich.
Yes,
what's a Cuban
sandwich. So it's not kosher because there is ham in a Cuban sandwich. So it's pickles.
Love pickles.
Ham.
Love ham.
It has mustard. Yeah, and mayo.
Like
so you kind of grow up, you know, and it's called a Cuban sandwich.
Well,
and Swiss cheese.
Very nice.
Swiss cheese. It's not very dietary, but it's really delicious.
Well, let's now go for two health. So I'm going to change my sandwich to one of those fancy like lettuce wrap things.
Oh yeah, let's
get like a lettuce wrap that's got like salmon and avocado in a lettuce wrap, and it's like tasty.
So yeah, that was my favorite sandwich growing up, but my all-time favorite sandwich is the club sandwich from the Ritz in Paris. Have you ever had that club sandwich?
No, but I can.
It is the perfect shape of the bread, just crispy enough, so delicately, you know, the layers. I think that has to be, and the chips.
And there's ketchup.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do a cookery.
I know. You should tell us what your favorite sandwiches are, beauties, right? For all our LYMA, viewers out there, they should write in and tell us what their favorite sandwich.
British. I thought the sandwich was British.
Yeah. What is a sandwich? What is a sandwich called? A Sammy? What do you call it?
A sandwich.
A sandwich?
Yeah.
Or a sandwich? What is it?
No, it's a sandwich.
It's a sandwich?
Yeah, it's a sandwich. But actually, I thought the sandwich came from the Earl of Sandwich.
It did come from the Earl of Sandwich. No?
It didn't. There was something else before then, I think.
That's good. We need to find out the origin.
Oh, no, maybe it did come from the Earl of Sandwich. Obviously, because that's why it's called a sandwich. So, are facialists the new rock stars?
Well, that's such a good question. I kind of had rock star hair thanks to Sally Hirschberger. I used to have like a British, pop hairstyle for a long time. I had this shag. So I kind of, do have that kind of like British pop rock star hair.
A bit Simon Le Bon,
yes.
Actually.
Yeah, so why not? Why can't I be the next rock star?
I think you are, because you are the person that people need to actually get that red carpet look. Because I guess like celebrities are just people. Mm-hmm. They still have problems, still have kids, they've still got like their lives that,
they still have insecurities,
they
all have stress, they're just like us.
Yeah, they've got an impossible standard to reach, like when you've got to go on that red carpet and look like a superhuman. I mean, how do you do that? You need to rely on people like you.
It's about a relationship, right? So for so many of my celebrities, or for so many of my clients, not only my celebrity clients, I think that's been such a big part of the method, and why it's, caught on so much, and why it's become so, so addictive, right? Like any other carb. It's because of the way it makes you feel, right? It's that confidence boost that you get that I'm able to provide for my clients. They're able to then see the beauty that I immediately see in a person, right? That's what I'm doing, is just bringing out that beauty. So much like music, right? Like a rock star, that music
Playing the piano with your hands
makes you feel really good, right?
At the end of the day, everybody just wants to look the best version of themselves.
Yes, that really is what it's about. It's about elevating who you are, not augmenting who you are.
I like that. Is the red carpet season a stressful time for you?
That is such a good question, Lucy. You know what is stressful during a red carpet season? It's not the part of seeing my clients. It's kind of the preparation, right? The scheduling. Like, for example, this last Met Gala, I had 28 faces on the carpet. So what is stressful, or what can be stressful, is the scheduling part of juggling all of these appointments. But it's, for me, that actual time isn't stressful because I enjoy what I do so much. And that's why, you'll see me, sometimes it's 2 a.m. and I'm sandwiching away, because, I want to be there for a client, and I want to kind of capture all those moments. So again, they feel really good.
I guess that's the thing, when so many people speak about you, you can see that they are speaking because they love you.
Oh,
You've got that special relationship with them.
Thanks.
You're such a kind person, it's so amazing to speak to you.
Thank you.
You really care about people. And what you are left with from those moments, what you're left with from those red carpet moments, is a feeling. Those are the parts that kind of carry with you. Somebody often said to me, you'll never forget how something made you feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
And at the end of the day, that's what these red carpet moments are. They're feelings not only for the people that are walking the red carpet, but actually for the people who are viewing them, millions of people around the world.
Yes. That's why, because it's more than skin deep. What makes, I think, a red carpet look so alluring is the confidence that woman carries about herself, how she feels, right? When she's on the carpet. And there's something when your contours are more defined and elevated that you feel more confident, right? Because if that camera is coming to you, sometimes you don't know what's gonna assault you on the red carpet, right? The beauty sandwich helps, so that if the cameraman kind of really zooms in, your skin's great, right? Your jawline is contoured, your cheeks are elevated, your brows, your skin's hydrated, you're plump. So again, it's such a big confidence. And so I'm so grateful that, so many people trust me in these very, vulnerable moments. Yeah. I had 2 Oscar winners, this past Oscar season. Emma that won, her Oscar.
That film was unbelievable.
And that moment was so incredible. And that I was like a tiny little part of that she felt calm and not stressed, because sometimes, the glam moments can be a little stressful. I really try to bring a lot of calm and ease to traditionally a very stressful day. Because as you can see, you can have a wardrobe malfunction, but if you're confident and you feel good, then you go with it. No one talks about this glide. Everyone's it's about the laser.
That is the forgotten friend. That is the forgotten friend. Yeah. Let's give some love to the glide. The glide is actually misnamed. It should be a mask. I use it as a mask. It's an oxygen mask. It's amazing for plumping the skin. What I do is I make a commitment that every day before I go in the shower, I smother my skin in that mask, and I stay in the shower with the mask on for 5 minutes. And what it does is it actually, not only has it got bioavailable oxygen in, but it's also got a low weight hyaluronic acid, And what that does is it takes moisture from around the environment and it puts it in your skin. So it's an incredible ingredient.
That's such a good point that you're bringing up. We forget that in the air there is moisture.
Yeah.
And I try to explain that to clients all the time that are coming to me with dehydrated pores and they're open. And I'm like, your pores are thirsty. They are open because they are searching the environment for that moisture, right? When skin is hydrated and plumped, and that's what's so beautiful about using this specifically like for red carpet if you have an event.
I mean, look at that. That is unbelievable.
They are sealed because they're like, oh, I'm satiated now,
yeah.
right? So now you can truly have a hydrated look to the skin, because really that's what healthy skin is.
And actually,
it's glow.
It's interesting you say that, because I think that people often are afraid of using too much skincare, but you just can't use enough skincare. If your face is dehydrated, it means you need more. Don't be afraid to kind of reapply it like halfway through the day. You don't have to just put skincare on in the morning and the evening.
Yes.
It's like maybe your skin needs lunch.
Yeah.
You don't just have breakfast and dinner, you have a lunch. And I think that, there's nothing wrong with reapplying skincare in the middle of the day.
Yeah. And then let's talk about this mist, because I find that it's really special and it gives a really, really pretty glow to the skin. And why does it give that? And I love that it doesn't have a scent, right?
It is literally, that is just water, but it's not water it's not normal molecularized water. It's oxygen that's in an O4 form. So normally oxygen is in an O2 form, which is a gas.
Yeah.
But obviously your skin is designed to keep gases out of it.
Yes.
So this is an O4 form. So it's where the oxygen is surrounded by water, because your skin can suck water in, and that's how you get the oxygen in. It's actually quite interesting, because we've done a clinical study on how the oxygen can actually get into your skin from this mist. And what we did was we put somebody in a bath. And
I love this story.
This is
such a cool story.
It's like a very cool story. So we put somebody in a bath and we measured the oxygen around this guy's liver. And we measured it. The guy sat in the bath for 30 minutes, and after 30 minutes, we remeasured the oxygen around his liver, and it just stayed identical. So it's absolutely the same. We then poured a bottle of this in the bath. After another half an hour, we measured the oxygen around his liver. The oxygen levels around his liver had dramatically gone up, because the oxygen from here had gone all the way into the dermis and then gone into the body, and you had more oxygen. Mm-hmm. And that was the test to prove that the oxygen from this can actually get into the dermis. How this first started was, this was given to as a droplet that people in the army used to put on their tongue when they got to a really high altitude to stop them fainting. So it was actually given as a medicine to help people at very high altitudes, when obviously they had to be alert.
Yes. And then so when you use your LYMA at home, so after cleansing, right?
So after cleansing, spritz the mitts on, the mist. And then you would follow with the glide.
Be generous with your glide. Don't be stingy with your glide. It's really important, because then you're going to get that movement that you want, right? Those techniques, those strokes.
You're going to get the movement, and also you're going to get the plump.
Yeah, that plumping effect, right? Yeah. That's so nice. I mean, look at the difference.
That is amazing.
Right?
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Because people want that glass skin, but you're getting the glass skin because it's so much oxygenation and so much moisture, hydration is locked in, right?
It's amazing.
And you can kind of see it in the bottle, right? Are those like droplets of moisture in there? What's really incredible is that, in my practice, I don't take traditional before and after. I mean, I do, but like what's impactful for me is that I get to see, I have the ultimate before and after. I have a red carpet photo, right?
But you do stop it halfway through.
Oh yeah,
so
I
you
stop
can
before
see.
halfway through. So what I do in my method is that you're like a half sandwich, right? So I do like half of your face so you can truly see not only how the vectors change, but how the skin, like the glow of the skin, all of that. That's why I created like my secret sauce, because before I just had the method, part of it is what you're feeding your face during a treatment. That's why this is so effective for a red carpet moment, or if you have a hot date, or you're going out with your husband, it's your anniversary, whatever you want to look and feel your best. That's why, the 3 products with the treatment really gives you that boost.
Brilliant.
Right? We're all on a red carpet. Right?
We're all on a red carpet, even if we're just going up the driveway.
Yes.
Yeah. Life is a red carpet.
Life is a red carpet. It really is.
Life is a red carpet. I wish it was a red carpet.
Yeah, our Zooms are a red carpet.
I guess LYMA started as a supplement brand.
Oh, they did,
Yeah,
right?
so I started LYMA as a supplement brand, and it was really after I had my daughter and I caught septicemia and my body was just completely...
You did?
Yeah. And it was only after I met this incredible longevity professor, Paul Clayton, who introduced me to this hidden category of pharmaceutical grade supplement ingredients. And I started taking them, and literally 4 weeks later, I just felt myself again. And I guess the LYMA supplement it's so powerful for those times in your life where you need to make some change. And it might be that you're eating the best diet, you're exercising, but just life has got on top of you for whatever reason.
This is so true, right?
And everybody gets to that point at some point in their life. And
your adrenals are shot.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're eating healthy.
And what do you do?
But you're not absorbing these
Scary.
nutrients, right?
No, it's scary. LYMA wasn't formulated as a menopausal supplement, but by far the biggest demographic of people that we have changed with our supplement are people in their midlife. So whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, you all go through hormonal changes in the midlife. That it can be quite scary, to know when will it come to an end, when will it settle, and that's where we've got we've had the biggest impact with our supplement, because it really helps with sleep and stress. There's no sedatives in there, there's no stimulants in there. But it really, really transforms your sleep and your stress in 12 weeks. And that's the difference between the LYMA supplement and the rest of the formulas on the market.
That's priceless, is that anti-stress feeling, right? That calm.
It's the calm, and it's actually...
fight or flight, to get out of that fight or flight state that we're so much that we're in. Our adrenals are shot, our hormones are shot and then our body's depleted of its minerals because of the stress, right?
You can't sleep
because
your
sleep.
inflammation is too high. And it's like that cycle. So many women contact our concierge, how do I know this is going to work? After 4 weeks, you will definitely feel something.
That's a pretty short time, right, to see such a change in 4 weeks, because traditionally you have to take supplements a lot longer.
You do have to carry on taking it, but you will at least
Yes.
have the confidence you will get the respite in 4 weeks.
Are these senolytics?
So it works epigenetically, it works senolytically, it works in a multitude of ways. But quite a simple thing that it does is it raises your serotonin in your brain naturally. So many problems are actually caused by a dip in serotonin, and once you balance that out, the rest of everything just falls into place. I guess it's a bit like this, once you've plumped your skin.
Yes. Everything is like that. Once you get that little plump, that's why I created Beauty Sandwich, because what I saw was that when people would see me in clinic, or they would come to the doctor that I worked for, that's what they were searching for with Botox fillers and lasers. They wanted that they felt that dip, right?
Yeah.
And then they wanted to come in to get that boost again, right? That's why what you've created with this, it's really genius, and it's actually good for you. You're not creating damage.
No.
You're creating a boost in the way that you feel. The supplement gives you that boost, but this can give you like an instant boost. Just, and even using it 10 minutes, right? And not to get caught up on like, this has to be 30 minutes. Is it 5 minutes here, right? It doesn't need to be 30 consecutive minutes, right?
No. If I know I've got a busy day, I'll make sure that I bank 15 minutes in the morning, and then I know that whatever happens in the day, at least I've banked 15 minutes. You know, you don't. Life is busy. You know, you can't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah.
The science has moved on from vitamin C and retinol.
Yes.
And peptides. People say peptides because they think it sounds good, but yeah, you need peptides, but you need a whole bunch of other ingredients
exactly.
as well. People don't really know what a peptide is, so it sounds good.
It sounds good. It's like a buzz. It's like a buzzword, right? You know, now everybody they're injecting peptides. But you know, with retinol, it's such a controversial subject, right?
I mean, I don't use retinol.
Yeah, neither do I. I stopped using retinol. It's been I'm going on 8 years of not using a retinol. And
I used to use 1%.
Yes.
1% every night, and it was fine on my face, but my neck was bright red. And I was like, at one point, I was so desperate to use the retinol that I was using steroid cream on my neck to enable me to continue to use it.
Right.
I mean, what was I thinking?
Yeah, same thing. You know, there are some more gentle, retinols out there. You know, our friend like Dr. Diamond created one that like you don't have to, it doesn't need to convert into renoic acid. You know, I created the sauce that if you are going to use a retinol, then you're putting back all the essential fatty acids and that you're, reestablishing the barrier of your skin. But I'm not into the kind of that. But, it's the same philosophy as this, right? Or a traditional laser, right? It's about traditional laser damages, right?
Yeah.
Thins out
Yeah.
the cortex of the skin, right? To then get deeper into, or like what I say, the peeling back of the onion, right? So it's like you're destroying to then get into the core.
Yeah.
This is about building. Beauty Sandwich is about building, strengthening, right?
It's actually quite interesting because a plastic surgeon once said to me, you can always tell a skin that's been lasered.
Yes.
It's just thin, and there are better things to do with your skin than damage it. In fact, I'll tell you an interesting thing was once a heart surgeon told me, and he said, imagine if somebody came to me and asked me to damage their heart to make it look better. Mm-hmm. And yet that's what you're doing to your skin, which is also an organ.
Yes.
You're damaging it to make it look better. There's just no need.
There's no need.
And I guess it's just that the industry has been built on this whole stress damage response.
I would say for me, I hope it becomes a fad.
Well, the thing about retinol is it's just been it's a very long fad.
It's a long fad.
It's a long fad. LED.
I would say fad.
LED is a genuine fad. LED was only developed in the 1990s because low-level laser, which is this technology, was not safe to use in the home. Nobody had really engineered it into a form that you could use in the home. Because obviously, laser is a potentially dangerous light source. You can't start bringing powerful lasers into the home. But LED and laser are two completely different light structures.
Yes.
LED cannot penetrate the dermis without losing its biological power. And that's where the fibroblasts are. They're in the dermis.
Yes.
Actually, we've just finished doing a clinical study in the US. We looked at genetic expression in the dermis using the LYMA laser on skin and the other using an identical powered LED in skin. And in the LYMA laser, there was 46 genes were expressed in the dermis. And in the LED, there was 1. So it cannot penetrate. It cannot penetrate the dermis.
I would say if you're looking for more of a clinical result, this is, you want to go with something that has the research that is more scientific. Again, that's why my treatment is not a fad, right? It's kind of like,
Well, that's the beauty sandwich is not a fad.
fad,
The
but
beauty sandwich is
it
fad.
began, it's fad.
Fab.
Because of the science behind it, right?
Well, it's a
Right?
hospital machine.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what's different. That's the thing with an LED mask. Listen, when it makes you feel good, to use one, just know that you're not really creating an impactful
If you want
clinical
a glow,
change.
If you want a glow, it's good to give
Yes,
you a
if
glow.
you want to glow, you want to throw something on for like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, that's okay. But you're not going to get a scientific, researched result like you do with the LYMA laser, right? Like low-level laser therapy. How long has low-level laser
Since the
therapy?
1960s.
Since the 1960s,
Older than
right?
us.
Yes.
Only just.
Definitely older than us.
Collagen supplements.
Collagen supplements, I would say, definitely fad.
Yeah. Do you know what? A scientist told me a really good tip once for the best way to ingest collagen is through food.
It's through food,
It's just
yes.
through like the Mediterranean diet.
Yes, Mediterranean diet, some what is it? Ossobuco,
Ossobuco,
right? Some
yeah.
oxtail,
Yeah.
stew, some bone broth.
Yeah. Bone marrow.
Bone marrow. That is
mom
like your
used to make bone
ultimate,
marrow.
right? That's the ultimate collagen there,
The
right?
jelly.
Yeah, the jelly. That's
You
really
make the chicken soup and
Yes.
it goes jelly the next day.
that's your collagen source there. But again, listen, if it makes you feel good, fad.
You like the taste
but
of it.
it's definitely fad for me. What am I looking forward to most in London? Yeah, I think the shopping for me, right? I think one of my favorite streets in London is German Street.
Do you know German Street?
German Street,
There's
yeah.
nothing like that.
And then a little Savile Row too for me, because
Savile Row.
Savile Row would be
Savile
great
Row.
for me because I love the fashion.
Also, it's
British bespoke wear.
say sarnie for sandwich.
Oh, sarnie.
Oh,
That's what it
sarnie,
is. I
yeah.
knew it. It's a sarnie.
It's a sarnie,
Right? That's how you
yeah.
say sandwich.
Yeah, sarnie.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a sarnie in London with Lucy.
A crisp sarnie in
crisp
London.
sarnie in
A
London.
Cuban crisp.
A Cuban crisp sarnie.
A Yorkshire Cuban sarnie in London.
Do you know what Yorkshire pudding is?
I do know what it is, but I've never had it.
I'll make you a Yorkshire pudding.
You'll make me a Yorkshire pudding, yeah.
It's very good.
Bye, Lucy.
Bye, Ivan.